Good morning, welcome to a new vlog. We are at the station and we are on our way to Southampton to collect Chris's new car. So we've both got new cars recently. I'll show you mine a bit later, so please stick around because I want your advice on something. I want your advice with it. But for now we are going to collect Chris's, which he's getting a new Tesla. What variety is it?
Model Y.
Model Y. So we're going to go and collect it off the docks. It's come from China, so that's why we're catching the train. Yeah, that's what's happening today. Thought you might like to come along and join me for the day and maybe the whole weekend. We'll see how it goes. I think apparently this station has been voted the most prettiest station in, I don't know, in England, in the south. It is quite pretty.
This is Templecoombe. This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Gillingham. Left or right?
Yeah. Now we need a signpost saying to the sea. Oh, squinty, anyway, my sunglasses back on. So we've just come out of the train station and are now finding our way to the docks to find the car. We're not quite sure where we're going. No. Chris has got the maps open.
Yeah, look, up and over there. We've come out the station the wrong side.
Yeah, got confused by that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
Well, a good 7 or 8.
That's not bad for someone that doesn't really get excited.
Exactly.
All new minis if you're after a mini.
So that's all Teslas over there. Where the starters right.
Okay. So there is a footpath of sorts to get there. We were worried that we'd be walking in the road, but this seems okay.
Yeah, Tesla said get a taxi, but this has been a perfectly okay walk, isn't it?
Yeah, fine.
It's not very far. Yeah.
So those haven't got number plates on yet, so if you're waiting for one of those might be yours. So if you're watching this and you happen to be collecting your Tesla soon, we've got to this junction. It looks like all the cars are going here towards Mayflower docks, but you don't, you go straight on, just so that you know. We're getting to the Southampton delivery hub, and I think that's where we need to go. Oh, there's a sign there. I reckon we're going down there. OUS?
Yeah.
That's UOV. Is that it there? That's it?
That's it, I think.
That's it?
It's you in it.
Oh, okay, that's not it. Okay, we'll keep looking. We've seen it, that's that one. Oh, it looks cool.
T-shirt and a mug.
Can you tell there's a little shop?
Yeah.
It's a collector car, yeah, definitely.
Fast.
Around the ports, so it does.
Paint protection film.
You have to excuse the music. There's a UB40 tribute act going on the cruise ship behind me, just there. So yeah, we've done all the checks and everything looks fine. It's really weird, we've never ever bought a new car before. It's very exciting for Chris, he definitely deserves it. He's put so many hours in at work, and it is nice. It is nice for him to have this. I'm really glad, I'm really grateful. It's a pretty cool car, isn't it? By the way, if I look strange, it's because I burst a blood vessel in my eye on the way here. I've never done that before. Plus I'm squinting in the sunlight, so I look weird anyway. Right, okay. Carrying on with our day. I think we're going to drive through the New Forest, which will be lovely, and pop in at Ikea on our way because we don't often get the chance to go to Ikea. Find somewhere for lunch and maybe go for a walk if we have time. Digger or Tesla. It's quite funny that they're next to each other, completely different. Getting all set up?
I think so. Ready?
Yeah, ready. That's so quiet, that's ridiculous. It's going to make vlogging a lot easier because I don't have to worry about the engine noise.
No, that's true.
So by the way, it was about a 35-minute walk from the station. Pretty straightforward though, quite easy to find really, if you're thinking about doing the walk.
So fitting.
Look, storage for Chris's garage. So you've got Chris's garage on one side and then you've got my art studio on the other. Look, sketchbooks, inks, paper. I actually really like that picture. Well, I forgot to film any of it, but we've just stopped for a lovely dinner at this place, the Red Rover, in a place called Where are we? We're not far from Southampton. Do you remember the name of the village we're in? West something?
Willow.
Wellow?
Willow.
West Wellow. West Wellow we think we're at. I'm basically telling you about it so that when I'm trying to remember where it was we ate, I now have a record of it because I'm always looking back at my vlogs thinking, oh, where should we go and eat? Where did we eat that time? So that's basically why I'm putting it in the video. It was very, very nice, very dog friendly. They had a whole dog menu and everything. So yeah, would definitely recommend it. We are back at the station. Well, I am. Chris is already on his way home. We're back at the station where we started off at silly o'clock this morning, and I thought actually I would talk about my car here because it's quieter here than on our driveway because we live right on the main road and I'm always struggling to film and edit anything outside our house. Yeah, it's really funny because me and Chris actually have very similar taste about most things apart from cars. We are so wildly different. So Chris always wants to get something of he does like to have a fancy car. He does like a fancy car. We even drove a sort of sports car type thing at one point, which was I always found so embarrassing. We have completely different tastes. I like a nice old car. So you might have seen I had my old camper van for sale a little while ago. Well, it did sell and the money from that paid for this. Only just, I have to say. Turns out Suzuki Jimnys do hold their value, which I'm happy with because that means it's worth me fixing it. I hate having a car that's not even necessarily that old, but then you get to the point where something goes wrong and they say, oh, it's not really worth fixing it because it would cost more than the value of the car, and I really, really hate that. So hopefully I won't have that issue for a while. And here is my lovely Suzuki Jimny. I love it. So yeah, the thing I want your help with is how to decorate it, because the red colour, it actually looks pretty good in the screen. And the pictures on eBay, did I find it? Yeah, I did find it on eBay. It looked more like a really bright postbox red, but it's turned out to be a bit more tomato red, a bit more orangey red. And I don't know, I just kind of want to do something interesting with it. So let me know your thoughts. I've got two ideas, one of which is to get some big flower stickers that I might put on the front, like I've driven through a flower field, so I'll have like them covering the bonnet, well, the front of the bonnet, and then like fewer and fewer as you go back through, like across the car, so it looks like I've like just driven through this flower field. And sorry, battery ran out. And the other idea was to have more prettier flowers sort of growing up at, like I've seen some wildflower stickers, and like having like them around the door growing up, and maybe even I did find some flower fairy stickers, but they're quite small, but I thought I could perch them on the flowers, which I like both of those ideas. But so let me know which idea you prefer, or if you've got a better idea. Yeah, let me know in the comments, and let me know in the comments, do you decorate your car? Yeah, I mean, Chris would never ever decorate his car. And let me know whether you've got like a brightly coloured car or something a bit more Oh, there's a train about to come in, so I'll wrap this up. I've often gone for like quite interesting cars, and I've had a car before. I had a Suzuki Vitara, which was really cool. It was like a fat boy version with big chunky arches and big wheels, and I cut out my own fairy stickers on that one. And it's one of those things where I just want to, like, I wish more people would be a bit more flamboyant with that, not flamboyant, but maybe be a bit more adventurous with their cars. It just seems so boring. I mean, look at these cars here. Now, no offense, if you love this sort of car, great, but look at this like row of grey cars, and it's like, oh, just it feels like such a waste of an opportunity to do something a bit more creative, I suppose, and a bit more interesting. And I just think, wouldn't it be a lovely world if we drove around and everyone had pictures on their cars or just nice colours? But of course, if you love a grey car, then do what you love, but don't go for boring because you feel like you should. Don't go for sensible because you feel like you should. Do something fun. Do something you like. Well, good morning. It is, oh, am I going to sit down and I'm not going to be, let me move the camera a bit. That's better. I thought I'd give you a little haul of what we bought in Ikea. It wasn't very much actually. We were quite quick in there for Ikea. It was very busy though. First of all, I bought a whole pile of these storage bags. That's mainly to sort out my fabric room upstairs. I've got so much fabric that needs sorting out, and having it in clear or almost clear bags would be really, really helpful. So that was number one. I just got a whole pile of them. It'd be nice to get some things out of cardboard boxes. It just looks so messy. I think a pile of these just somehow looks a bit nicer than a pile of cardboard boxes. I bought two. There's another one of them. Oh, sorry, Rafiki. Two velvet cushions, one in this sort of russety red. What do you call it? Just cut these labels off. A nice velvet one for autumn, and also a sort of rusty mustard colour as well. So good autumn colours, I like them. So they are going in the living room shortly, along with a sort of yellowy mustardy coloured cotton throw. I thought that was really nice. Really nice fabric. I love this sort of fabric. Hello, Merlin. Okay, he's not in shot. Oh, he loves looking in a bag. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to the camera. Oh, that's so cute. Is that interesting, Merlin? A new squeegee for our shower. Oh, I should have done this one first. Oh, well, I'll do this one now. I got two more of the rubbery food covers. You just sort of sit it over the top of your plate. And I really highly rate these. They weren't cheap. They're £5 for a pack of 2 round ones or a rectangle bigger one, but so useful. I'd much rather use something like this, give it a quick wash in the sink, than throw away foil. I try not to use cling film anymore. Yeah, so really pleased with these, and they work so well. They just sort of stick to the plate and stay in place in the fridge. So I wonder I should have got more of those actually, because particularly at Christmas, yeah, these rectangle ones go over my like roasting cooker dishes. That anyway, I'm babbling on, and that leads me to the thing I should have pulled out first. I bought a little sand timer, and I've been looking for one that matched or at least went with the one Chris bought me for Christmas a couple of years ago. I've got a lovely ornate brass one that I sit on my desk, and it's a half-hour one, and it just helps me monitor my time, helps me just sort of stay on track, try and stay focused. And the other day I was editing, it was the pink dress video, the custom made dress video, and there's a section in there that you didn't see where I chatted on for almost 20 minutes, and oh my god, it was boring. And so I thought I would buy myself a 3-minute timer, and every time I start talking to camera, turn it over, and I have to be finished by that time, or at least be at a pausing spot where I can change the pace of the video so that it doesn't stay boring. Even if I carry on chatting later, you know, put something a bit different in the middle. And so I couldn't find one online that actually was a price that I was happy to pay with, but this was £6 in Ikea. And I think it's actually 4 minutes. They had a whole series of timers, and if you are going to Ikea for a timer, for a sand timer, you'll have to test it out, because there was a big one like this with pink sand. I would have much rather this was pink sand than sort of this brown colour. That was faster than this. I think that one was like 2.5 minutes, really random times. So if you want a specific time, then you'll have to stand in Ikea with your watch and test it. So I'm probably I should have pulled this out first and tipped it over so that I didn't do this haul for too long, because I don't want it to get boring. But we are nearly there, there's not much left to do. I bought a fake plant. You see these all over Ikea, and I'm sure someone will walk in the house and say, oh, you got one of those fake Ikea plants. But I thought actually this one looked quite realistic, and I love the trailing ones. Thought I would pop that somewhere in the house and have it trailing off a shelf. And I'm looking at my dresser. Could trail it off the dresser over there. And then, not quite lastly, oh, I bought a sort of mossy green coloured soap dispenser for in here, because I thought it's always nicer to have a soap dispenser than a plastic soap thingy. A soap dispenser, and lastly, some fake flowers. And I'm always like on the fence with fake flowers and fake plants and stuff, because it's just so much nicer to have the real thing. But I just know I don't get around to it quite often. And these, I thought, were a good colour for my living room decor that could take me right from spring through summer and into autumn, because it's sort of quite a dusky rosy colour. I thought it would actually look alright for autumn, but still look, yeah, like I said, looks still good for the rest of the seasons. And this is for the vintage bottles that I've got on my front windowsill, which if you're a long time viewer, you will have seen me discuss in detail in a past video. And they just sit there most of the year, and then if I do put plants in them, they go mouldy, and then the glass goes green, and it sits there unattended to. I'm not very good at this sort of thing. So I thought, rather than they just sit there on the windowsill empty, let's get some fake plants. So I've bought these. What I might do is at least have these, but then also perhaps top up. I mean, there's quite a big collection of these vintage glass bottles, and perhaps I'll pop outside and see if I can find some foliage to pop in the others that could perhaps just sit there dry rather than be in water, because that's the problem. Also, filling up all these tiny little bottles and transferring them from the sink to the windowsill takes forever. And I would definitely have lost my battle with the timer now, so I will call it a day and put these away. And say that's that for this segment of the video. I have no idea what I'm going to do for the rest of the days. I think Jude's boyfriend's coming over shortly, and Chris has just popped over to Tesco's in the new car. It took him a long time to leave. He was very busy sorting it out and doing all the settings and stuff, and he's very happy with it. So I'm very happy that he's very happy with it, even though, like I was saying yesterday, it's not my type of car at all. To need your phone to get in, to unlock it, oh my god. I suppose it would mean I would have to stop forgetting my phone all the time. Anyway, oh, sun's come out, that's nice. It is a nice day actually, so I might end up doing some work in the garden. We shall see. well, it's a bit of a disaster. So if you weren't around watching last year, I made this willow obelisk sort of early summer last year and popped it here for all the roses to grow up, which did work, and it did look so much better than it trailing everywhere, although quite a lot have trailed anyway, like this stem here and a few others that I just didn't tie up because in the storms early spring it just sort of collapsed, and I've just pulled it back upright. I think 2 of the upright bits have snapped. Most of the hang on, this section of weaving has just broken in half. This side is completely missing. So luckily willow is very regenerative. I've got quite a lot growing over here. So I think I'm going to have a willow weaving day, try and mend that, and also continue on with the willow weaving around the archway here. I didn't get very far. I started off with good intentions and then it just sort of, I just couldn't be bothered. So I'm going to come back to this as well and carry on doing some willow weaving here. So by the way, this was my inspiration picture by Dari Johnson that I had just as a guide, because basically I couldn't be bothered to go and find a photo of a flower, and I do like using more unrealistic colours and these patterns, sort of abstract patterns. I'm enjoying that sort of more modern style in my art, and so I'm always sort of trying to pick up some ideas from that, because I'm not very good at coming up with unrealistic colours out of my head. I'm getting better at that, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, just a quick sketch of a flower just to give these paints a go. I would say I felt like I was needing to refill my brush an awful lot with these paints. I don't know whether that's because they are mixed with white, so the formula is different. I don't know. I mean, you probably can't tell, but I've gone in, there's a divot in the lilac already. And like, you look at my page, it's not like I used loads of paint here, so I don't think these would last very long, but they are pretty colours, and probably I'd take them alongside a different set, you know, my other full set that I took to Cornwall with me. I don't know if you saw that video when I was trying those for the first time. So I'd take these along with me for these extra pretty colours. They are very, very pretty. So I just want to remind you, as Halloween is coming up very soon, that I do sell a lot of clothes that would be perfect for your Halloween costume. So do go and have a look at threadsofafairytale.com. There's a lot of things getting reduced now because I need the space, so it's a good time to go and have a look. So there are definitely dresses or outfits you can put together for a witch costume, a steampunk costume, a fairy costume, obviously, circus costumes. You could do a Greatest Showman themed outfit for Halloween this year. I know it's more usual in other countries that to dress up just as anything, whereas in the UK we still tend to stick to spooky themes, but that is changing. It's more and more just a reason to dress up as anything. So yeah, do go and have a look, threadsofafairytale.com. And I think I will leave this week's video here because I'm guessing it's going to be quite long now. Sorry if cars aren't really your thing, but I thought you might be interested anyway to tag along with us. And if you're new here, if you've come because of the car content, then please do hit subscribe, click the bell notification button because I'd love to see you again. Do check out all of my other videos. There's a huge backlog of content you probably haven't seen yet to keep you entertained with your cup of tea. Yeah, take care and I'll see you again soon. Oh, by the way, before I go, the Threads of a Fairy Tale thing probably can only be for the UK viewers out there now. By the time this video goes up, there probably isn't time for it to get overseas to America or Canada or anywhere like that, unfortunately. Possibly Europe, but I don't want to guarantee it. Things are taking a long time with customs and things lately, so I think best only stick to UK if you'd like to get something in time for Halloween. Okay, take care everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!